It's the difference between a champion and average. And so many people, you go into schools nowadays, your kids in schools, guess what they want to be? Average. They want to fit in. They don't want to be unusual. They want to be accepted. So what they think will cause them to be accepted is to be average. You don't want to be embarrassed. You don't want to be called out. You are all unusual, spectacular, amazing people. Your differences will make us great. We don't need to figure out what you're doing. So network marketers, think different. Decide that you're going to think different. And if you ever have any doubt as far as what you should think, just take a look at what average people think and just don't think that. Seriously, it's one of the best advice I can give you. What do average people do? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go a different direction. You know? Average people say, hey, slow down, slow down. That should be a lesson for you to speed up. You know what I mean? Don't let somebody else tell you what size of a box and what size of a life to live in. Foundation rank. Pro 3. Your foundation rank. You need, and we're going to talk about this towards the end, but number one, make an absolute commitment to create your Pro 3 rank story. Some of you already have it. How long did it take you to get there? What did you have to do in order to be able to make it happen? Start telling that story. Yes, you might be Pro 10, but tell people your Pro 3 story. How did you do that? How long did it take? What was the effort? What was the commitment? What was the mindset? So every one of you that's not Pro 3, you need to create your Pro 3 story. Every one of you that is Pro 3, start telling your Pro 3 story. Understand? This foundational rank will simplify your life so dramatically, I can't even tell you, because it's all you need to focus on. Find out who's willing to go this month, go to work with them. If they make it or get closer, fantastic. If they're not all the way there, then start over next month and go, until they make it, until they get it done. Get that story done. And let them know the importance of their story. And for some of you, you can reframe your story. You can say, I kind of played around. I was really kind of more a customer than I was a builder. But then I went to this conference. In February 2016, I decided I was going to step into my full potential. And I became Pro 3 by the end of that next month. Let me show you how I did it. Let me tell you how I made that happen. And let me help you make the same thing happen. Let's get you there, and then we'll see how far you want to take it. See what I mean? Foundation rank is really important. That you make this sacred, that you make this part of your DNA. It's what everybody's talking about. Are you Pro 3? Are you committed to going? When's your date? When are you going? That's got to become the language within the organization. We'll have a whole bunch of methods of how we're going to do it, but that's the language, that's the culture. That's the expectation. We talk about expectations. The expectation is we're going to help you get to Pro 3. And then you decide where you're going to go from there. We'll work with you, but that needs to be kind of the roadmap in order to be able to make it happen. Next. Reasons. Reasons drive everything. There's internal reasons and there's external reasons. Internal reasons are the best if you can get them well formed. But sometimes it's perfectly okay for your reason to be you need money. That's okay. Nothing wrong with that. I think that's where most people start. They need to be able to make some money, they want to take care of their family, they want to do something special, whatever. But until you have strong internal reasons, maybe you need to manufacture some external reasons. You can use thestick.com, you can pull the mattresses out of the house, you can shut your hobbies down until you get Pro 3. You can come up with some pay to support the team that you don't like and give money, in her case, to the truck organization or to your ex or to the $25 to the salon you used to work for. So maybe you need to manufacture some external reasons. I will tell you one thing that this will sound funny, but a lot of network marketing is tricking your mind. Tricking your mind into, I'll give you some examples of what I did to trick my mind. When I first started, I grew up as a people pleaser. I wanted to have the approval of others, I wanted to have the acknowledgement of others, I wanted to have the respect of others. So if there's an audience, I'm on. But the problem with the people pleaser is when there isn't an audience. Nobody's watching, you turn all the way off. And you're trained almost like an animal, that when the lights turn on and people are there, then you do a little dance. When the lights turn off, then you go and lay down and don't do anything. So when there's no accountability, you don't move. So I remember seeing a movie, it might have been like Jason and the Argonauts or something. It was a whole Greek mythology movie. Remember the one with the skeletons doing the sword fighting? Way back then. And the god, Zeus, and all these people were looking down from the clouds to look down on this little person, and they were kind of judging this person's life. And literally in my mind, I said, okay, I created my own little group of people that I really respected and I wanted to respect me. And I pretended that those people were watching me every day. I pretended. They didn't know anything about me. They didn't even know my name. But I respected them. People like Jim Rohn, he's the top distributors in my company, owners of my company. I pretended they were watching, like it was a reality show. What's Eric doing? Nobody's watching right now. Let's see what happens when nobody's watching. So I played this little game one day at a time, and I found myself doing more work and developing different habits. Another way that I tricked my mind is I pretended I was as successful as other people. There was a guy in my company, his name was Jeff, he was the top distributor in the company, and I was really insecure. How many people here in the room under 30? Anybody under 30 in the room? Right? Hello. Some of you celebrating your 15th anniversary of 29. So, I was really insecure at 23, 24 years old talking to that 40-year-old business guy. Because he would just shut me down, like, in 2 seconds. Or, pardon my language, I would kiss his ass. Oh, you're so powerful, you're so powerful. Oh, you have great ideas. This is amazing. Oh, is that what you do? Oh my gosh, you can do everything. I would say all this nonsense. Because I didn't know what else to do. I was really insecure about it. And I remember Jeff came into our office one time. We had this little office in Minneapolis. And he did a presentation. Like he did the same exact presentation he did. He's a top earner. At that time, he was making $80,000 a month. A long time ago. Back when that was real money. It is? I don't know how people get by. I suppose. Cut that. So anyway, Jeff does this presentation. Afterwards, the big shot marketing guy. My absolute, most definitely fear. The big shot marketing guy comes up to Jeff and says, well, I've got these different offices. Have you ever thought about marketing these to a bunch of different offices? What if I have my employees becoming distributors? What if you did advertising? This thing that you're doing here is kind of cute, but, I think we could really amp this up. You ever had this talk with the smug guy? So I'm watching this, fascinated. And I'm watching Jeff just kind of get a little bit bored with it. And he's just like, yeah. He says, look, hold it. I'm making $80,000 a month doing it this way. Would $80,000 a month be good enough for you? The guy was well, yeah. He said, well, I have an idea. Why don't we just do it my way? Because I know this way works. And once you get to $80,000 a month, then we'll next level. How about we do that? Does that sound okay? And the guy says, yeah, sure. I say, okay, come on over here and let's fill out the paperwork. I said, all right.